So we have an FBA brother who wants to know, what is it with Africans? Why don't you like Americans? Even when he tries to shoot his shot with an African woman, he tanks and the African woman goes for one of the folks instead. Take a look.
Bro, I'm reaching out to the African community. Why don't y'all like us? Because when I be at work and I be trying to talk to the African people, it always seems like they be like looking at me funny or side-eyeing me. And at first I was thinking maybe they just don't understand me that well. Maybe they're not well acquainted with the way we speak or something. I don't know. But somebody brought it to my attention that they just don't like African American people. And I didn't believe it at first. But then I started noticing certain little things. One of my coworkers was like, if you notice, they always cool with the white people. They love white people. I'm like, no, I don't think it's that. Like, it's no way they like white people more than they like us. That don't even make sense. I'll never forget. I was walking down this long pathway at my job. It's like a long pathway. And I see somebody just running this way like super, super fast. And it was an African. And I'm sitting there watching this, and she's a beautiful African lady, like super beautiful. Like, but she running this way. I'm looking like, what's she running from? It's a white dude behind her chasing her, and they both just laughing and giggling. I'm like, ain't that the same girl I was just trying to talk to yesterday, and she act like she couldn't understand nothing I was saying? How she having so much fun talking to this white man, but she can't be cool with me?
I got to be honest with you. I don't get it either. I'm a Ghanaian, and I personally don't have a problem with Americans. I actually love Americans, okay? I love Americans. I love the accent. I love the culture. I love the country. So I am one Ghanaian who has nothing but love for Americans, okay? But I do think that there's some historical context that comes into play with this ongoing, I guess, beef rivalry between Africans and FBAs. And I think a lot of it is misrepresented and misunderstood. So part of it is with delineation, right? That's one of the things that happens a lot with Africans who come to the United States. And then when they get there, they sort of have their own clique, their own area. And then they'll say things like, I'm not American, I'm African. And that creates a separation, right? And then on the flip side of that, there are a lot of Africans who come to the United States and they're called names like African booty scratcher. And they are said, things are said to them like, where's that bone through your nose, and so on and so forth. So I think oftentimes when Africans are insulted that way, they also take it to heart. And that causes some division as well. And so I think that there are a lot of moving parts, and some of them are also understanding cultural perceptions. For example, like historical context, the relationship between Africa and America is pretty complex. With a history of colonization, slavery, and cultural exchange, the history has led to a legacy of cultural differences, misunderstandings, and conflicts, and some of the cultural differences are different cultures that have unique values, customs, and practices that can lead to misunderstandings. And these differences can be rooted in various factors, including history, geography, and social norms. Media representation sometimes as well plays a role. The media can shape our perceptions of cultures, often perpetuating, stereotypes. And this can contribute to a lack of understanding and empathy between the cultures. I personally wish that we can all just get along and love each other, okay? We are all the same color, different shades, but we're the same color. We all bleed the same color. Can we not just try to find a way to not hate on each other? And then on the flip side of this brother's other comment, he mentioned that he tried to shoot his shot with an African woman, and she looked at him like she didn't understand him, but she was just, very open and perceptive to one of the folks. I will say this, and this happens in Canada as well. There is a group of African men that when they get here, they all of a sudden forget about the Black woman, and one of the folks is just shiny and bright and interesting, and they end up with them. And I don't get it. I don't presume to understand that, but it happens here too. And what can you do? You can't force them. They love what they love. in my humble opinion, at some point they will understand and realize when they are reminded of exactly how African they are by the same people that they're trying to love on. Okay? But I hope some of this answers your questions. I feel like this is an ongoing discussion, and I would love for a group of Africans and FBAs to get in a room and let's have this discussion and settle this once and for all, because I do think there's a lot of misunderstanding. My humble opinion. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content. Also, don't forget to download the African Diaspora News app. You can grab it at your Google or Apple store, a platform by us, for us. There's nothing else like it. So what are you waiting for? Download that app. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel and